And hello, I'm the normal playing guy, and wow, I've got a fantastic video for this one. I love this unit. This unit is Int Hercule, arguably one of the best units in the game. I kid you not, seriously, he is. And this was in his base. He really just was that good. But now he's been made into a literal god, and we're about to see just how he works. Why is he the goat? Well, he has a 50% chance to dodge, period, and reduced damage starting at 50 goes to 90% the less HP you get. Now, I kid you not, this guy tanks Cell Max super attack in this form. And I kid you not, like he took 114k from a normal, which meant that he went under like 70% health, which meant that by then he'd have gone to like 80% damage reduction. For which case, then he supered, and there was no way around it. And this guy just took double digits. I kid you not. He is just that good. So when he has his easy A, he's just even better. So super int 110%. Yeah, just has to go that little extra, which is sure. So what do we have now? 150% to stats on super attack. Your super attack has 2, of course. So we can greatly raise attack and defense with a 50% chance to stun. Greatly raise. It is a lot. And 50% chance to stun is actually really nice. And then you have a 50% chance to I think it just gives you 50% extra power on top of that as well. Doesn't really word it, but I'm pretty certain you get for 5 turns your super attack, and just super attack is buffed by 50%. So while you're not strictly the most damaging unit, I mean, coming in at 100%, you have 13,000 attack. That's just, you're just not going to rock any numbers with that. Sure. Sure, but as I say, and as well, it only that only boosts the attack, not actually the defense. So let's have a look. 150% on super attack. You have a 50% chance to dodge, and if HP is 50% or more, and you get an additional chance to dodge plus 10%. Right, hang on. High chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. And, that's period. And if you're 50% or more, you get an extra 10. So 60% to dodge, over 50%. Otherwise, you just get 50% to dodge, flat out. You reduce damage by 50 to 90%, still as per normal. How this works is, it's around every 10% lost, you gain 1. But what makes this funny is you only have to lose 40% HP in order to get this. It's not as if you have to use like 25% every time. No, you only have to lose 10% to gain 10% on this, which is mad. And then you get an additional fifth. So this is new. An additional 50% to stats, and all enemies attack and defense minus 10% per Margin Boo Saga ally in the same turn, not yourself. So if you have a Margin Boo ally in the turn, you get 100% to stats, 50% damage reduction, 60% chance to dodge, and you greatly raise. This dude's a goat. This dude's a literal goat. It's just going to tank. Absolutely, slot 1 unit. Absolutely, 60% chance to dodge. I mean, there's still plenty of times where you can get absolutely hit hard, but having just if only he had stats prior. I mean, I suppose he can, right? He can have 100% at the start of turn prior to this if you have Margin Boo Saga in the same turn. Hell, you can have even having 50% to stats at the start of turn, just 50 is enough. You got to have a Margin Boo in the same turn, but having just 1 will qualify. I mean, honestly, talk about a unit you can just throw on any team that he's on, and never mind that he's just not on or not. Then he will just work, and he will. So we're talking any of these teams that have Margin Boo Saga. Yeah, again, so we're talking Ultimate Gohan's team. We are talking. Well, actually, I'm not in particularly. Oh, yeah, no, Tech Ultimate Gohan. Margin Buu Saga, of course. Earthlings. If we're talking Earthlings, Videl will be on there. I'm not entirely too. So that at least gives you one. Not entirely. Oh, TN. There is a TN in there if you rock it. So again, you could have that possibly there. Final Trump. Yep, there's plethora. Bond of Parent, yeah, plethora, World Tournament, easy. Basically, every single one of these is easy, except for possibly Earthbred Fighters. That might, well, to be fair, that and Earthlings might tie in together. So every single one of these, there will be at least one Margin Buu Saga that you can legitimately possibly play with. And that would actually make you quite viable. The age of this unit appears to be 2019, just into 2019. So not as old as some of the rest, like the Boos that we were talking about are like 7 years old. But again, coming in at 5 years is old enough. So yeah, Links, this is where it gets a bit screwy. But again, it just goes to show how good he is despite giving this. So World Tournament Champion, that's literally Jackie Chun and this guy. Champion Strength, Hero, Solver. Like Hero is, I think it literally is him, and I think it's, oh God, forgive me, I can't quite remember his name, but back in DB Saga, I believe, is his name Hero? It's what Kami used to disguise himself as in order to face Piccolo. I think his name was Hero. I think his name was Hero. Soul versus Soul is relevant. World Tournament Reborn is him and Spokovich, so sure, go for it. Supreme Power is probably legitimately the only one, as well as Fierce Battle. Supreme Power you'll get with Margin Buu Saga Links, and then Fierce Battle. So you can at least trigger Fierce Battle, sure, 20%. You're going to buff somebody. So let's have a look. He's by far the strongest Hercule, so it is. I mean, it is possible you could work alongside him because you can get a few of these. This unit does stack, but if they take 5 hits, they do transform to Boo, and then he doesn't stack. If you can dodge and weave and get him to stack, it's plausible that you can actually do well. There's a whole bunch of units on here. What's doing it is probably, as I say, the Supreme Power and Fierce Battle that's doing it. We check this one out, Supreme Power, Fierce Battle. We check this one out, Supreme Power, Fierce Battle. By the way, Earthbred Fighters, so it does actually include the Goku. Earthbred Fighters for Gotenks. And this would be... What about you? Earthbred Fighters, Bond of Friendship, Final Trump. Videl. Videl as Earthlings and Earthbred Fighters. So again, you actually are going to be able to stick him on any of these teams in particular. And then you're going to do really, really well. And of course, he is by far the best Hercule going. Because we've got the LR, which is this guy. Then you've got... He has an easy A, but he's not that great. This particular one is also free to play, but I'm not entirely sure which. I think it's him. I think him in particular is what it is. But again, yeah, he's definitely the best one going. So that's actually pretty nice. So yeah, he's definitely fun. He legitimately is a goat. Honestly, no, all kidding aside, you could quite honestly put him in the top 10 of TURs all the time because he is so valuable for the teams that he's going to be on. Oh, I'm not kidding. I have put some really weird people in my top 10 TUR list for a lot of flack as well I've taken. And it's just, if you give me a lot of flack for it, it means you've never used that unit. But yeah, anyway, that's it. He deserves his own video. He's that good. I mean, could this dude even have his own Dokkenfest? Probably. I mean, we've seen the likes of like Videl get a Dokkenfest. We've seen the likes of like Bulma get a Dokkenfest, Yamcha. So I'm pretty certain we could make a very OP, dodge heavy or tank heavy support as well from this guy who would literally break the game with his defensive prowess. And I bet you it would work amazing. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you like him. A lot of people do, and I think most people don't, but they just don't give him a try. Anyway, bust out his easy A. They appear to be going through these, like the Boos Each one has a specific one. The trunkses, I believe, do actually run from this guy's EZA, so you are actually going to have to grind quite a lot of them out. And of course, they each cost a chunk of money. So yeah, get to grinding. But yeah, additionals would be actually, well, you could say additionals, but honestly, probably just more dodge as well. The extra dodge, because crits aren't gonna do anything. I mean, even if you get the TN to come out, crits are doing nothing. I mean, look at this. Even at 100%, 13,000, most Dokkan come in at SSR. So again, it's just not worth doing. So dodge your crits. No, dodge your additionals would be the way to go. Anyway, that's it. I've been the normal playing guy. I've loved this video. Let me know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.